Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. We're going to talk about this EyeTheSpy account some more. There's been some Q&A sessions. I think it's important to get some videos up talking about what they're talking about, just so it has a little bit wider reach, a bigger platform. There's interesting stuff here to talk about. Before I get started, I want to clear up the background on this. Okay, I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this is. It just showed up in the comments. I pinned it. At the time, it had about 47 followers. Now it's got like 5,000 subscribers, or followers. So I don't, this is not my Anon. So don't say that. I don't make any money on this. I'm not gatekeeping this. Jerome Corsi got his own Silicon Valley Anon. All right, and then you got to pay money on his Gab to get those posts. I'm not doing that. This is not my Anon. I don't, go look at it or don't. All right. It's not easy for me to take an early position on something. It's not easy to be the first to report on something. A bunch of you have been hating on Twitter, and I just want to clear this up, all right? All I did was share this. It's true or it's not. You get value out of it or you don't. But I'm not in the middle of this. I'm not the gatekeeper. I've shared it with you. Go look or don't. Also, somebody has been bringing up that they hear like clicking sounds in the background. I couldn't figure out what this was, but I'm pretty sure you just heard it right there. I think it's a verbal tick that's popping up in my microphone. I will work on my presentation over the coming weeks. I'm sorry if it annoys you. It's just part of my speech pattern, I guess. I think what I'm doing is I'm like closing my mouth between sentences and statements, and when I open it back up, it like clicks or something. So I will try to work on that. There's nothing I can do. Okay, if you wanna donate an omnidirectional microphone, I'm on a 10-year-old USB headset. It's possible I could filter that stuff out if I worked at it. But until then, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. There is this. So he's running these Q&A sessions, and today was one that just stopped. It's happening really early in the morning. I think he's doing this off hours in the U.S. so that he doesn't get plowed, with a whole bunch of questions. I'm not up when this is happening. I'm not up at 6 a.m. But the first question on this is like, what's the biggest active threat to the plan? And he's like, there is no threat. Plan's solid, cannot be stopped at this point. On June 11th, I'm pretty sure Julian Assange is going to make a congressional hearing. They've already been talking about this. I think they've already kind of baited Adam Schiff into taking a position. Adam Schiff said, sure, we'd love to interview Julian Assange as long as he's in U.S. custody. So these people think that he's over in the Ecuadorian embassy, and some of you think that's true as well. And that would make sense. That would make sense why they covered up Backchannel's authentic identity. We're not the only ones watching this Q thing. There's a huge amount of effort going into discrediting this. So I think that was done to bait them into taking a public position, saying, sure, we'll interview him. And then he shows up, and then what are they going to say? Politicians are like, they're like second graders, on the playground. My mom's an astronaut. Okay, prove it. No, I don't want to. It's that kind of stuff. So understand that's the game we're up against. I'm not playing by any rules here. If you are sad that I'm mentioning other people's names and then showing you proof that they're lying, right? Alex Jones has not met QAnon. Nobody has. Alex Jones has not met QAnon. So I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep showing you that clip over and over and over until you get it. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. Deal with it. I'm not here to play nice. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to be effective. I want my country back. I want this liberal disease rolled back. I want men that I know in the world to stop cutting their penises off, inverting them into their bodies. It's something I'm taking a stand for, and I think that we can all get behind that. By the way, I'll talk about Bradley Manning. I'll talk about him later today. I'm not calling him by the other name. That's not his name. I don't care if he changed it. I'm not calling him a woman's name. Okay, he has 2 X chromosomes. I get that right? He's genetically a male. And I know he was a whistleblower, and it's really weird. I mean, some weird stuff happened on Twitter yesterday with that guy. You know, he's like, he's threatening the world with his suicide right now on Twitter. If you missed that, he was a whistleblower for WikiLeaks early. I admire what he did, the risk he took, but if he went into the camp, was tortured, mind controlled, MK Ultra, and then they said, look, we'll let you out, but you got to get a sex change first, that would make a lot of sense to me. And then you parade that guy out and say, look, it's not just all of Hollywood that's going to do this. It's all the heroes that you've supported in your alternative communities. I think that's what that was about. So I hope, prayers for Brad, man. I hope Bradley can step off the ledge there and not kill himself. But at the same time, it seems really, really weird, the timing of that, doesn't it? WikiLeaks is being called out as fake, phony, and comped, and now Bradley Manning is up on the ledge in New York City ready to jump, writing suicide notes and stuff. I just find the timing suspect of that. And it also shows you that no matter how much the world wants you to accept that these people are healthy, they're not. Okay, this is a mental disease. It doesn't need to be supported. It needs to be helped. And we don't tell crazy people that the voices in their heads are real. We try to give them help. If they're schizophrenic, you try to give them help. You don't enable them. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to move on. It's a bit of a ramble there. I'm sorry about that. So, no threat to the plan. Plan solid, can't be stopped. I hope that makes you feel good. I'll cover this down here in a second. Now, I do want to say a couple things. I've already reshot this video twice because I caught myself lip smacking or whatever I was doing there that was causing the clicking. It's embarrassing now that I've figured out what that was. The biggest thing that I'm going to say about this is I kind of regret the way this has worked out. It's not easy to take an early position on something. It's not easy. I kind of sit back and I wait to see how things shuffle out because I don't want to spread disinformation or mislead anybody. I try to filter out all the BS. I try to correct problems where I can. I think I've done a pretty good job out of that. A lot of you reacted very poorly to that Back Channel 17 video, which I think moved the conversation forward pretty quick. All right, so I want to take credit for that. Honestly, I think that cleared a lot of stuff up, and now we can move on. WikiLeaks has been comped. Assange is in the U.S. Congressional hearing on the 11th, likely. And now we got this EyeTheSpy guy asking or answering your questions. Again, this is not my secret anon. Okay, I'm not Jerome Corsi. I'm not gatekeeping a secret person for subscriptions. Go read it or don't. I don't get anything out of it. I don't even know who this person is. But there's some really interesting stuff being talked about on these threads, so we should be engaged with this. If you are on Twitter and you're coming here to ask your question, make it count, all right? Make it count. I regret the way this worked out. If I could have done this over, I would have kept this to myself. It had 47 followers, now it's got 5,000, If I could have done this over, I would have got together with a few of my friends. I would have come up with a clear list of questions, and I would have come over here with them and answered or asked those questions one at a time. But now there's 5,000 people that know about this. So if you're one of those 5,000 people, don't ask stuff about this anymore. Go read what's on there. There's like 4 or 5 Q&A sessions now. So go read this stuff first and stop asking the same question over and over and over. Or if you're going to ask about chemtrails, Alex Jones, aliens, Back Channel 17, Assange, Antarctica, 6/11, public justice, or other countries being freed too, look at what has been asked, answered, and then get clarification where you think you need to. Don't waste our time. Don't waste this guy's time. Make it count. That's what I'm trying to say. So make it count. I've already told you what I care about the most. I want ancient history. I want to know how did humans come into being? What's up with the pyramid? Okay, was the pyramid designed as a large power generator? Was it designed to charge up the ionosphere so that we could have a worldwide power grid without wires and cables? If you know anything about the pyramid, there's an underground catacomb inside of it. They say that there's sarcophaguses, but it doesn't look like that. There may have been some kind of like battery system down there, or something, maybe even nuclear, but it's underwater, and not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people also know about the hidden stuff. Did you know that there is a door on the top of the Sphinx's head? And there's also another door on the Sphinx's back, and they go straight down into the middle of the Sphinx? Did you know that the Sphinx is hollow? And there's caves and tunnels underneath it? Did you know that? It's the truth. There is literally a metal gate on top of the Sphinx's head. Go look for that. It's exciting stuff. So, I don't know if this stuff is real. I just know everything I've read, the megalithic structures, the purpose of it all. Human beings kind of came out of nowhere, and then our civilization was devolved. Like, we didn't get better, we got worse. So, there's a lot of questions there I want to have answered. People have given me a few halfy answers that I'm satisfied with for now. You know, what's in the Vatican vault? If the Pope truly is the last to fall, if the Vatican is the last to be cleaned up, what is in those Vatican vaults, man? Like, the world's history is down there. You know, we built the Library of Alexandria, and then we burnt it. So there's all kinds of stuff that people don't know about. And I think that we can all agree there is a vested interest in making sure people don't know about that stuff. So, if you're going to come to this guy and ask questions, I'm just saying make them count. I'll go down the list real quick just so I can finish up the video, and then I'll move into some Q&A sessions. But chemtrails, the answer to this was chemtrails are going to be the last thing to go. When you see clear skies worldwide, the war's over. So I don't know if chemtrails somehow is like really, really important for global modification. I know there's a lot of like aluminum and microparticles, nanoparticles being dusted. It might have to do with lowering the lifespans of human beings. Maybe, you know, we'll find out more. There's lots of different theories, but we don't have any confirmation yet. So chemtrails are the last to go. Clear skies equals the war being over. That's what I got. Alex Jones. All right. I shouldn't even have to say this anymore. Alex Jones has repeatedly said that he has met QAnon, that he's talked to him. It's not true. Alex Jones is a liar. And I think that Alex Jones getting out in front of that Pizzagate stuff and then not talking about the actual evidence, not giving people in the alternative community that watch him the actual facts about the Pizzagate shooter's background, being an actor, and then him hitting that kid, and then doing minimal jail time because he didn't actually shoot anybody. I think that was all pertinent stuff that should have been discussed. I think Alex Jones, I think that Pizzagate stuff, I think he buried it. I think that was what happened. So, you know, at this point, we could release a picture of Alex Jones making out with a 4-year-old, and half of you would still want to support this guy. So I can't say anything more than that. Alex Jones is he's a gatekeeper, and he's designed to control the information in our community. Get over it. That's who he is. Aliens, there's been a lot of stuff that's been brought up about aliens. I know that's your most pertinent questions. Okay, it's one of mine. But there's information in there. Go look first before you post more stuff. Back Channel 17. I've talked about this. I released that video. It moved the conversation forward very quickly. I took some heat for it, but I stand behind what I said. I gave you the proof. Accept it or don't. Assange, he's no longer at the embassy. We've talked about this stuff. That's why they had to lie about the Back Channel 17 identity. And it looks like Adam Schiff has been baited into offering him an opportunity to testify congressionally. So that's probably what that was all about. Antarctica, it's not Admiral Byrd, but we did build a bunch of cities down there. I think it started at the end of World War II, and that's where the Nazis went. 6/11, I've covered that. Public justice and other countries being freed too. So like I said, America's the last hope. This is where freedom happens. If we fall, the world falls. So let's get this stuff together. Stop talking about leaving the country and saving yourself. Double down. Be a patriot. Till next time.